Hey there, it's me again. So if you made it to this video, you're doing a great job following along. Kudos to you. You may be asking yourself, why is she in different clothes and in a different room of her house? So I'm filming these videos over a course of a few days. So I changed my clothes, good to know, and I'm filming them in whatever room of my house is the cleanest at the time. So ta-da, it's the kitchen tonight. So we're gonna jump right into the content of our class and talk about what essential oils are and the history of essential oils. So like I said, anytime you think of a question throughout our class, just go ahead and write it in the comments, because if you're anything like me, you will forget your question right after it pops into your head, and that's okay. So just put it in the comments and I'll get to your questions. Okay, so what are essential oils? Essential oils are the most powerful part of a plant. So they can be distilled from resins, barks, rinds, shrubs, trees, herbs, lots of different things. One thing that I really love about essential oils is that they're kind of the lifeblood of the plant, or the essence of the plant. So that's where the name essential oils comes from, is that the essential oil that you're getting is the essence of the plant. So when you look at a field of lavender, and some of you know how fond I am of lavender, when you're looking at a field of beautiful purple lavender, when you have your bottle of lavender essential oil, you're getting the essence of the lavender plant. And I really, really love that description and name. So that's where the name essential oils comes from. Essential oils are made up of over 100 different natural organic compounds. So essential oils function in our body the same way that they function in the plant. They aid our body and support us. They help us live above the wellness line. They also help support different types of injury and things like that. So I, for some reason, remember in school, my science classes, learning about how the oils flow throughout the plant, and if the plant sustains an injury, the oils can go to that site to help support the plant and heal it. And so essential oils work in our bodies in similar ways. Now, I'm not going to get too technical and scientific and things like that, but if you have questions about that, there are tons of great resources to learn exactly how chemically they work in our body. But they provide support to every system in our body. It's amazing. So your skeletal system, your muscular system, respiratory system, your limbic system, which kind of controls the emotions in your body, your hormones and things like that. So that might be a good one for some people, but essential oils can definitely help support your hormones and immune health. So they can support your immune system and keep you healthy, and that is great. So one thing that I really have started to enjoy and embrace is, like I said, using the essential oils for emotions. So I really started to use essential oils. Now, I'm a nurse at work to help with, the different emotions that you feel throughout the shift. Sometimes stress, sometimes you can get into some difficult and sad situations. So I've been experimenting over the course of my essential oils journey and learning how to use different oils to help support my emotional health. Even with your kids, you can use essential oils with kids, and we'll talk a little bit about that later, when we're talking about safety and things like that, but tons of people use essential oils for their kids. I use essential oils with Annie even now, and she's 7 months old, but for immune system, for respiratory system, and a lot of times for emotions. And I think that's something great to get into. It's really a family affair. So I also use essential oils a lot in my spiritual life. So, for spiritual grounding, meditation, Bible. When I'm doing my Bible study, I am always diffusing frankincense. So that is just a really grounding oil, and provides spiritual clarity and things like that. Now, along your essential oil journey, you'll find that you like different oils for different purposes, and you'll kind of get your groove and figure out what you like. And that's one of the other beautiful things about them. You'll notice as I go through this class that there's just a million things I love, and I'll just say, oh yeah, I love that too. But you'll find there are just so many things to love about essential oils. So like I said, physically support your body, emotionally, spiritually. They can really aid in every aspect of life. eliminating toxic chemicals from cleaning products and household products, personal care products. This is one of my absolute #1 things essential oils can help with. So I am in the process of swapping out all of the toxic products in my home right now, and I love it. And every time I swap something else out, I just get a little thrill because it just makes me so happy that I am working towards a happier, healthier home with essential oils. And I'm going to share more about that in a video later on down the road and let you know a little bit more about that aspect. So, it is a journey, and I don't want you to become overwhelmed with, you know, all the different oils and all the different things that you can do. You take it 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time, 1 oil at a time. You learn about that oil and then you go on. So I don't want you to be overwhelmed by this at all. So once a month I focus on one area of my home, and so last month, or you know, my first month you focus on your cleaning products. The next month focus on your laundry room and add in a couple oils, and you'll find that in a year you won't recognize your home, and that's really exciting. So there are about 300 different oils on the earth, but you only need about 10 to 20 to start a good base collection and to really see yourself starting to utilize them and make changes. So the oils that I'm going to be talking about throughout our class tonight are all part of the Young Living Premium Starter Kit. So I don't want you to get overwhelmed, and they've picked these oils because of their versatility and their popularity. These are the most commonly used oils. You can use them for tons of different things. So that's why they've picked these for the starter kit, because these can really help you start your journey off in a good way that you'll find some positive benefits from. So these are the oils we're really going to be focusing on. So we'll hone in on these, and like I said, as you go through your journey, you can add in different things to your collection. So great news for everyone. You do not have to be an aromatherapist to use essential oils. So I am not an aromatherapist. I'm a regular gal, and that's fine. That's fine. You learn by experimenting and trying things out and asking other people. And I still ask tons of questions. And oh, I just thought of something else I love about essential oils. It's a journey of learning. So I don't know if I could ever know everything there is to know about every oil and things like that. But the good news is I can always find a resource and ask questions and learn. So how do you use the essential oils? There's 3 main ways that you can use them. Firstly, you can apply them topically. So you can just take a drop of essential oil and rub it into your skin on different places. There's different oils work in different areas, and you'll learn more about that as you go along. But one main way is just to put it right onto your skin and use that oil topically. Another way to use essential oils is by inhaling or diffusing them. So in the background here, you might see my diffuser. So I have one of my favorite oils diffusing in there. It's called Thieves, and I'll talk more about that oil later on, but that is a good oil for your immune system. It has a great story. The cleaning line that Young Living has is based off of Thieves essential oil, but I have that going in my diffuser. So the diffuser will atomize the particles into the air. There's water in there as well, and you can inhale that and breathe it in. You could also have a hot, like steamy bowl of water and then add your oils into that and inhale it that way. So that is another way that you can inhale the oils, and that way is actually the fastest because it bypasses your digestive system and things that the oils have to go through when they go through your skin topically. So inhaling them is actually the fastest way to get them into your system. You can also ingest essential oils. Now, this is one of the most controversial things in kind of essential oils, and we'll talk about why that is. But if you're getting your oils from a company that's safe and that you trust, like Young Living, someone that has a seed to seal promise, 100% purity guarantee, it's totally fine and beneficial to ingest oil. So, and fun. I even cook with my oils, but that is another way. So you can put them on topically. You can inhale them by diffusing them or breathing them in. Even just taking a whiff out of a bottle sometimes will do the trick. Or you can ingest them. So those are the 3 main ways that you can use essential oils. So one interesting tidbit is that tests have shown that when you inhale essential oils, they can be found in different areas of your body within 3 seconds. When you apply them topically, they can be found in your bloodstream in about 26 seconds. So essential oil molecules are very, very small. There's 2 different types of oils. There's essential oils, and then there's fatty oils like vegetable oil, olive oil, coconut oil, those sorts of things that have bigger, fattier molecules. And we'll talk more about those types of oils and using those as carrier oils with your essential oils later on. But it's interesting to learn those little tidbits, and you'll pick up on things like that as you go along. So let's talk a little bit about the history of essential oils. One thing I love is that essential oils is not a fad. Essential oils have been around for thousands and thousands of years. So some of the most ancient cultures on the earth have used essential oils, and I really just love that. So the Babylonians placed orders, that we found records for cedarwood, myrrh, and cypress. And I thought this was cool because during my Bible study today, I was reading about Solomon building the temple and how he ordered special orders of cedarwood and cypress from different areas of the world. The timber cutters would come in and bring those in for God's temple. And I thought that was just really cool because those are some of the oils that I've been adding into my collection. And I just feel a connection when I read things like that and I have my bottle of cedarwood essential oil. I just feel a deeper connection with that. Of course, the Egyptians used essential oils for embalming. They even had the first ever recorded recipe for deodorant. So that's good. The Egyptians were deodorant. Who knew? And then, of course, one thing that we're probably familiar with is essential oils were referenced in the Bible hundreds of times. So the first time was actually in Genesis in chapter 37 when Joseph was sold to the slave traders. They were carrying spicery, balm, and myrrh. So, and then of course, you know, Christ was given gold, frankincense, and myrrh at his birth. So I never knew this, but frankincense and myrrh were trees, or are trees. So that is something that I found out when I started my essential oil journey, because we always just say gold, frankincense, and myrrh, but I went a lot of years not knowing that frankincense and myrrh were actually trees, and what Christ got was the essential oils, the frankincense essential oil, and I have that right here. So that is just so cool to me, and knowing those kind of connections just give me another layer of depth whenever I'm studying my Bible and learning about things like that. So I just love history, and like I said about, you know, the scientific aspects of using oils and things, you can learn tons about the history of essential oils. It's just what you're interested in and where your journey takes you. So another thing I love, your own personal journey. But I'm gonna show you now one of my favorite essential oils, and this is actually a bonus essential oil that you get with a Young Living starter kit, but it's called Stress Away. And some of you may have heard me talk about this oil before, but this is one that I love to wear when I'm working. I have a diffuser necklace, and I'll just put that right in there. I'll add a couple drops, but the smell of Stress Away essential oil is just wonderful. It's a blend. It has things like vanilla and copaiba. It's just a great smell. So as I go along with the rest of my night, I'm just gonna add a drop of this onto my arm here. And I'm just gonna rub that in and breathe it in, and it just gives me a nice sense of calm and peace, and it's one of my favorites. I even pretty much wear it as a perfume every single day. So I'm gonna be sharing these oils throughout the videos, and I'll kind of try my best to describe them to you as if you're smelling them too. But if you're interested in smelling one or all oils at some point, you know, I can definitely get in touch with you. I would love to share them with you. It's one of the funnest things in my life. So if you have any questions, like I said, just drop it in the comments. I'm gonna break now. We'll do another section, so just keep following along just like you have been. You're doing great if you made it to this video. Just keep going in chronological order, and I'll see you in a bit. Thanks.